That's exactly like McDaniel would. I remember when he was with the Niners, he was telling me how Jimmy G audibles. He was like breaking it down for me. He goes, it goes to the line, they audible, and then they choose. Then he's got the choice of 4 runs or 4 passes, and he has to make that like that quick. And then I'm at home being like, that was stupid.
Yeah,
and you're like, you don't fucking know what he was calling.
Right.
So it's crazy. And it's crazy to see like certain stuff. Like he would tell me what he was going to do with like Debo last season, where he'd be like, I can free him up, use a jet sweep, or I can put him in like, get him a quick screen. And you're just like, damn, dude, the 2019 Super Bowl run when the Niners lost to the Chiefs, I was like, dude, I spent all my Sky Miles and I flew out to San Francisco every fucking weekend to go to every playoff. I mean, it was only the divisional and then the NFC Championship game. But dude,
that's fucking sick, though.
Sitting at his house the night before the game and him being like, yeah, the Vikings' 4 technique is fucking weak. I forgot how he said it. He goes, so I'm just going to bang on him on the inside. And then watching him do it, and then Green Bay, he was like, they got good edge rushers. I'm going to make them stop Mostert on the outside. And then watching Raheem Mostert go for like 236 or whatever, and you're like dude, you called it.
Yeah.
Afterwards,
a genius.
Think about that. When you make a prediction right as a sports fan, you're like over the fucking moon about it, right? Like that's what coaching is. You're just making call. Like I called it, dude. I made this happen.
Dude, I forget. It was like, I think the 2017 or it was the 2018 season when Jimmy G blew his knee out against the Chiefs. I remember the opening week was against the Lions, and I was working the Sacramento Punchline. And my friend Chad that grew up with me and McDaniel flew out to Sacramento Saturday. He came to the shows, and then we were driving to Santa Clara in the morning, and we get this call from McDaniel. And he's like, you guys driving down? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you excited for the game? I'm like, yeah, we got our tickets. We meet up with his wife or whatever. He goes, you guys want to know when I'm going to run the first play? Fuck yes. And he goes, depending on how the Lions line up, we might do a 36 jumbo gash right to Matt Breida up the right side. So Chad and I are sitting in our seats at the stadium, and it's the first play, and Chad just goes, yeah, I probably think it's a right gash to Breida, and fucking hits it for like 60. And everyone's like, the guy next to us was like, how the fuck do you know that? And Chad's like, man, we just held on to it.
Just had a feeling.
It was great. It was like, oh shit, that's cool, dude. It's like insider trading.
Yeah, I was going to say, you probably could utilize that every now and then.
So it was really funny is we went, Katie was still at ESPN when the Super Bowl, so she got me a Super Bowl ticket. Because even friends and family, I was like, I ain't paying that much to go down to the Super Bowl. But I got a ticket through her, and it was in the Chiefs section. But I was like, oh, well, McDaniel's here. Let's go to his hotel. I want to say what's up to him. And so we go to the hotel, and he's like, first off, your girlfriend's in the press. I don't know if I feel comfortable with this. But he showed us, he was like, this is the script. This is what we're running, and it was like reading reading Chinese. Sure. You're like, I don't know what Dumbo Wright Prince 82 is, and you're like, and he would kind of explain it. I'm like, in my mind, as a sports fan, I'm like, this is the craziest moment of my life.
Yeah,
I'm in the hotel room of my middle school best friend, and he's telling me what they're gonna run in the Super Bowl. Like before, it was fucking unbelievable.
That is
it was the coolest moment.
Crazy.
Yeah, and now he's in Miami, and like the time in San Francisco is done. I'm still a Niners fan, obviously, but now it's like all right. Well, I want to see him do well in Miami.
Yeah, you were down at the game the other day.
I went to the Jets game, which third string quarterback and a third string tackle. So we'll see what happens when we run it back in Miami. But it was crazy for him to walk over. Because he got us down on the field, and for him to walk over and people go nuts. Because when he's a coordinator or a position coach, no one gives a fuck. Right. But he's the head coach. Everyone's like, yeah. And then I'm mad because I'm watching 2 coordinators from the Niners battle. Where I was like, the Niners still had Saleh and fucking Mike.
I'm talking to anybody who doesn't like to go shopping, doesn't like to cook, and doesn't want to do dishes. What do? You can either order food, that costs a lot of money, or you can eat frozen meals, but those always suck. And then along comes Factor with microwave meals, and I don't know how they do it, but they are delicious. Whether you're talking about filet mignon or Baja chicken or buffalo chicken dip, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, all you do is pop it in the microwave. Somehow you can microwave salmon and it still tastes delicious. I don't know how it works, but it does, and it has solved all of my problems. So go to Factor Meals, click the link below, and start getting your meals delivered today.
Dude, you'd be the kings of the NFC.
Saleh has been
he's great, dude.
I mean,
he's great.
And
LaFleur running the offense.
The first 3 games of the season were same old Jets, and a lot of people were like, this is another one who came in and talked a bunch of shit and then the last 3 weeks has been exactly what we all thought could happen.
Good defense and Zach Wilson showing up.
And just the culture and all that shit. I know it's corny. Like it's
No, they're
cliche,
very
but
big
it's
about
like
that.
it's real though. Like you
It's
need
a
to
very-
have a culture, and the Mets and the Jets needed to turn it all the way around, and he's doing it.
When Shanahan took over in San Francisco, I specifically remember talking to Mike and being like, "What's going on?" Because they started something like 0-6, and then it was like, "We got to shift the culture. They got to believe in this." And then Jimmy G took over after Beathard got injured, and you saw it shift. And they're like, "Oh, they believe in Jimmy G,
Right,
They
yeah.
believe." And then he won.
It
I think
truly-
I think he ripped 5 straight.
It's some
and then
leader
signed
of
that
men
contract.
shit, man.
Yeah.
It's like you need to.
It's awesome though. It's awesome being coaching age. Like I play Madden and I want to make myself a player, and I'm like, "You're
I'm
39,
the manager."
motherfucker." I'm like, I'll go be a GM. I can't even realistically make myself an old quarterback like a Chris Wenke. I can't be like, I'm gonna Wenke it. Instead, I'm like, fucking be a coordinator.
I'm an executive
Be a fucking
up top.
GM. I'm gonna make a
That's
good
fucking
trade.
great.
Yeah, dude.
That is funny shit.